What if I told you that one of the world's largest automotive empires was built by a man who was rejected by Toyota? A man who turned that rejection into fuel for creating a multi-billion-dollar legacy. Welcome back to Fuel of Hustlers, the channel where we uncover the untold stories of legends who refuse to quit. I'm your host, and today we're diving into Soichiro Honda's incredible journey from failure to fortune. If you've ever been told you're not good enough, this story will ignite your hustle like nothing else. So grab your coffee, hit that subscribe button, and let's fuel your entrepreneurial fire. Picture this, 1938 Japan. A young mechanic named Soichiro Honda sits across from Toyota executives, excited to present his piston ring design. Instead of the partnership he dreamed of, he walked out with brutal rejection. The executives criticized his design and questioned his engineering knowledge, essentially telling him he wasn't good enough for their standards. For most people, this would have been game over. But Honda wasn't most people. He was a man who would later say that success is 99% failure, and he was just getting his education in disappointment. Born in poverty in 1906, Honda grew up fascinated by anything mechanical. While other kids played with toys, he dismantled clocks and bicycles. His formal education ended at 15 when he became an auto repair shop apprentice, but his real education was just beginning. After Toyota's rejection, Honda didn't give up. He went back to school studying engineering and metallurgy to truly understand his craft. When World War II broke out, he started his own piston ring company and ironically landed Toyota as a customer. But war devastated his factory through bombing raids. Then an earthquake destroyed what remained. In 1946, starting over in a wooden shack with just a handful of employees, Honda pivoted. Instead of cars, he began with motorcycles. He attached surplus military generators to bicycles, creating motorized bikes. They were crude and loud, but post-war Japan desperately needed affordable transportation. Honda's approach was revolutionary. While competitors copied existing designs, he obsessed over innovation. He established a culture where failure wasn't just accepted, but expected. His engineers were encouraged to push boundaries, even if it meant breaking things. In 1949, Honda Motor Company was officially founded. Honda made a crucial decision that critics called wasteful. He would compete in motorcycle racing. But Honda understood that racing wasn't about trophies. It was the ultimate testing ground. Every race was a laboratory to push engines to their limits and discover what worked. The results were spectacular. Honda motorcycles dominated Japanese races, then caught global attention. But Honda dreamed bigger. In 1963, despite zero automobile experience, he entered the car business. The automotive establishment, including Toyota, initially dismissed this motorcycle company. But Honda had learned from his rejection. This time, he wasn't asking for permission. The Honda Civic, launched in 1972, became one of history's most successful compact cars. While others built bigger, more powerful vehicles, Honda saw the future in fuel efficiency and reliability. What made Honda different was his philosophy. He built a company culture around the impossible being just another problem to solve. He encouraged risk-taking and challenging conventional wisdom. He famously worked on factory floors alongside his employees, believing you couldn't understand your product without understanding how it was made. Honda's empire expanded beyond motorcycles and cars into lawnmowers, jet engines, robotics, and power equipment. But his greatest achievement wasn't any single product. It was proving that rejection doesn't define your future. How you respond to it does. The same Toyota that rejected his piston rings now competed with Honda as equals in the global market. And that's the power of turning rejection into fuel, hustlers. Soichiro Honda's story isn't just about building an empire. It's about persistence, embracing failure, and believing in your vision when nobody else does. Every rejection was fuel for the fire that powered one of the world's most respected companies. If this story fired you up and fueled your entrepreneurial spirit, smash that like button and subscribe to Fuel of Hustlers for more legendary comeback stories that'll keep your hustle burning. Drop a comment below and tell us about a time rejection led you to something better. Share this video with someone who needs to hear Honda's story today. Until next time, keep that hustle alive and remember, your empire is waiting to be built.